Okay. All right. Welcome back. So just wanted to do a quick recap of the day here. I started off with doing an update for my paid subscribers, where I would prepare and analyze everything and draw up everything, all my indicators, tools, VWAPs, footprints, order flow, all of that stuff. And I was bearish on the dollar, and even here I've been allowing the market to come lower, either like this or like this. But since my last video, we've had a pretty eventful week here. We had CPI on Wednesday. I think my last free video might have been Tuesday, that I was streaming and doing all of this stuff on YouTube and whatnot. And the moment that the dollar did a CPI release here, and we came up and started breaking lower, I knew that this was not actually something to be concerned with anymore on the upside. I was just fully fledged bearish on the dollar, and my target was right here. So we've pretty much closed down on that. And that brings us to a new perspective here, that I'm slightly bearish now going forward on this market here. But I still think we could trade up, say around 108.15, and then we could start going lower as well. So until we hit this little line here, then I'm still bearish on this market until we hit this line right there. Then I'm still bearish on this market. And I was of course sharing some longs today on euro and yesterday as well. So if we go over, I was long on pound and euro, and actually the past 36 hours or so have been very nice. We had a couple of targets hit here. So we have this link here. So I'm just gonna copy this link here. We can see that we have a long shared with this timestamp here. And I think first we came down here, then we took it right there. So I'm a little bit higher on my entry than when I took the screenshot, but that's fine. And if I go over to my Forex chat here, and it should be in the long-term section, then I should be able to find it, ZUQ, the exact same timestamp, which was shared yesterday at 4:25 p.m. And you can see that the link is indeed the same. So that's how I verified that this trade actually was taken and existed and was taken live. Or could I delete any of these messages? Could I, for example, do like this and then delete it? Let's see what happens with that. Yes, I could, right? So I could delete any of the trades that I take, but I do have a few followers, and you know, the more I get of them, the more risk that I'll be called out for what I do here, right? But you know, I'm not really hiding anything, because you can see, you know, I'm at minus 160,000. That's gonna change a little bit today on my 5K per trade tracking, and I'm down to 30,000. So just to show you what that looks like on my longer term perspective here, it's been a little problematic to say the least. Whereas my shorter term trades are doing much better. 100K up to 235 on the 2% per trade. And that's the one that I'm primarily tracking, right? Whereas if we take the 5K per trade, which, you know, when you start with a 100K account and you risk 5% of 100K, and this is just flat 5K per trade, right? But I'm tracking primarily the 2% account here, so there's that, right? So I'm not hiding anything, right? It's just, you know, you can see I've taken some losses throughout the period here, so quite a few. Made some mistakes in the equities market, and it has been very hard, and most of my trades have been equities from what I can see. We did have, you know, coffee doing very nice here, and feeder cattle, which was in the beginning up here. I think the two others, I had two more positions, but I put them into my official statistics tracking. So that's where they are. But we have the NQ and Ethereum and Euro and silver trades to deal with, right? So we now have 206 being hit here. And we have a little bit longer term trade setup, which is in line with, you know, what I was looking for. And I don't think we have to really speculate too much on the other side. We're just mostly focusing on the dollar here, right? So that's a little bit of a small little band-aid on the situation here. And I have 12 positions. Yes, that's right. Oh, I think we have a problem here. I have 12 positions on silver. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positions short term here. And then longer term, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 12 positions. And I am very, very bullish in this market, guys. And obviously, when I was sharing my paid subscription analysis earlier today, this morning, I had my arrows drawn in green, which means I'm giving it 70% confidence that I'll get some kind of break even before the stop loss. That's basically what the 70% edge means. It means that, you know, you could come up here and get these 6 take profits taken here, and then we could come down and do break even, stop loss on the others. But I already instructed my my group over here that I moved my stop losses, so you can see how that works here. On my short term today at 8:40 p.m. Central European time, I instructed that we were doing a move to 0.01 risk reward, so basically break even. It's not exactly where I drew the line, but you know, it is what it is. And actually, we have to correct a couple of entries here. Let me just zoom in on a smaller time frame here. So we have an entry there. So I'm trying to do everything based off of the first entry here. If I can just sort of catch it. I'm not sure I can. So like that, one tick down. And then I think it looks okay. I don't mind the rest. You know, it's not perfect and completely to the tick, to the point here. But, you know, I like 98% accuracy on my tracking, right? So I'm still favoring this coming lower and sort of trading up into the vicinity of, you know, somewhere up here, right? So I have my stop losses here now, and my first target is right there. So we are looking quite nice. I might actually just adjust these targets just a little bit here. And since I'm live streaming, don't have to necessarily update the chat, but we will do it anyway. Adjusting take profits slightly. So this is something I'm holding overnight right here. So that's silver for you. So let's just see. There's nothing to take profit here on short term or long term. So we have the euro, we dealt with that. Then we had NASDAQ, which hit my first few targets here earlier today. And you can see that I shared that trade. It looks like this on the timestamp. So I don't want to waste my time all the time like this to show how I do it, but I had the timestamp shared like this. You already remember my green arrows. It's, you know, that's the other thing that sort of verifies my trading. I drew a green arrow in my last stream and free video, so it's not like I'm just longing out of the blue and out of my ass here, right? Like I haven't shared any shorts, right? So it's just, you know, I've been bullish regardless from the last analysis, right? And if we go to our long-term indices folder, is this it? That's ES, I think, isn't it? ES 2025. So I might have actually accidentally posted everything here. Okay. Yeah, so it was a longer term entry. That's ES. NASDAQ, it was from today. Is it this one? No, that's ES2, right? Tuesday. I hope I didn't make a mistake here. That would suck a little bit. That's also ES. It looks like I kind of did. Let me see. It's set edge. Set edge. I don't see it anywhere here. What the fuck? Guess I hadn't posted it. In that case, the right thing to do would actually be to remove it if I don't find it anywhere, right? I have to remove it from the tracking. Might have to check up on that after. I'm just going through, see if I can find it somewhere here. That was yesterday. Oh, set UQ. No, that's not it. Looking just for the link here. Set H is sort of what I'm looking at. But I don't see it. I don't see it. I think I might have forgotten to post it. Well, that's a damn fucking shame, isn't it? Did I put it in this one? No. I make mistakes sometimes, I suppose, right? Well, you know, I was bullish, so I think I'll just decide to keep it, because honestly, I don't really care. 1.89. So you guys can call it cheating if you want, but, you know. And there's only 5 positions, right? No, it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have one more. So it's 4 positions at 1.89. And then 2 positions at 1.89. Okay, well, it's actually 9.1, but screw it. So that's that, and now I'm sort of softly bearish here. I'm not sure yet. I feel like we still need more upside here. We obviously had some equities trading here, and I drew this arrow earlier. Let me just check this Ethereum thing here. So I have a long on Ethereum, and I'm looking at these targets here right now. Yeah, let's move over to short-term trading here. We had the silver walk through, the pound we had walked through, I think. And we are almost at the last take profit for 5.82 risk reward. And since this is a big trade, let's show it to the world. It was taken down here, and kadabuda boom, we went to the moon and the stars. And it hasn't updated because there's a hole here. So all of this data here, and we actually have the hole here as well. So all of these wins here and these wins here, it should be a little bit higher once this hole for the silver there fits. Because all of the trade results here, they're not updating here until the silver result is in. So there's that. We also have a long on ES, which was, I think we're going to get the last take profits of 3.14. So this is a very nice day. 3.14, 3.14, and this one I took today. So in case you don't believe me with the Nasdaq, well, then you can fucking watch this one. So I took this at RF7. That was a short-term trade, and you can see the RF7 here because I took the first stop loss. It came down and hit the orange line, and you can see that I got stopped out to the tick, and then I re-entered right there, and we went higher. So as you guys can see, probably I was not lying about the Nasdaq trade either. 3.7 there, and then we have 4 and 4.5, and we can definitely move this up to break even now. So I moved the stop to 001. And also have a rule whenever there's a 3 risk reward. I forget it sometimes, but when I have 3 risk reward locked in, the stop loss moves to break even. That's just how I do it. All right, so that's gonna look real nice once silver kicks in to take profits. So now, since I already have the rest of my analysis from earlier completed, this is the dollar expectation, and we have the euro, and I'm still expecting some prices to come lower and still trade higher, and I'm expecting obviously not this on the pound anymore. I do think that we want to come up here somewhere, so I think we can come down to come higher. I'm a little bit more bullish on this one than other markets, just for the record. But of anything, I think that overnight we could really explode up on silver. Of all the markets we have right now, I think that one is really, really something. And I still have my arrow. We can probably move this like maybe like that. I don't even necessarily think it will retrace. I think it's just gonna explode higher. And for equities, I think we have an orange arrow in play now. I'm a little bit less a little bit more cautious, but I do think that we are trending higher, and I don't think there's any reason to not play it like that. But I'm still keeping this arrow here just to have a little bit of a feeling for what it could do after we trade all-time highs. And then I am looking at the Dow Jones, and I feel like this one also wants to play a bit. We could see a bit of NASDAQ weakness. So I'm sort of looking at something like this. I don't know if we need all-time high, but I do think we could come up and play a bit with the 45.2 level. I'm not sure we come up there. But I do think that we have the possibility for ES to trade all-time high here. If none of them makes an all-time high, it will be a bit difficult to become bearish. So we'll have to see what happens there. I'm very surprised at how weak crypto has been. I am very, very surprised. Now, I'm sort of dissecting the crypto price action here into two segments. We have this one here, which is like this trading range here from this high to this low. And then we have this high to this low. Look at how it's like really chopping here, right? Which is very typical Bitcoin and crypto price action. And to me, it kind of looks like it can go both ways. I'm kind of favoring a move higher, but I don't know. And I'm not super duper hyped about trading this particular asset class right now. So I'll leave that at that. Oil, I have looked for higher prices. Right now, I'm sort of neutral. I think that if we break below this low, I think moves higher will send us down here quite fast. At the same time, if we break, let's say 73.35-ish and come lower, some kind of dip, these are not precise, but in between these two arrows, I think there's a 60% chance we will go either direction. So right now, I don't know, but I'm probably gonna be prompting something for my paid subscribers in either side of this direction here. And I'm slightly favoring lower, so I might just do a gray arrow there. Slightly favoring lower. But generally speaking, I'm not prompting anything here unless those two things happen. So I think that goes through my list right now. And I'm just checking if there are questions, as usual. It's a little habit of mine. Even though that I have not received many questions. But it's a nice habit that I am building up. It is a very nice habit that I'm building up here. Where's my channel? This is a bit weird. Okay, like that. So I don't think we have questions, but I will leave the dashboard open just in case regardless. And see if we get something. So the last thing I just wanted to touch is look at that. Look at that. That's a fucking beautiful market. Now, I would say around 2 months ago, thereabouts, we were around here and I drew this arrow and look at where we hit, 400. What a nice little investment trade I had here. I'm very, very happy that I caught that one. And I think we can sort of start relaxing a bit about this market now, and we might want to check out other markets. On this lean hogs trade, what is that? I don't think it's something that I have running. Might just have forgotten to delete it, because I don't see anything, so I think it's either stopped out or forgotten. I'm just gonna leave it there for now, maybe. I'm not sure. Let's check our actual trading blog. So this is where I do all of my data when it's completed. So I move all of my content over to this little segment here. And that is how I do all of my data collection and get a variety of important data points. So I'm very laggy here because there's 8,625 trade entries here. But I wanted to sort of, I think you can do like this with the page up. Maybe not page up, but that's a thing to find when there's a hole. This is very laggy, huh? This is a bit motherfucking laggy. So obviously not the favorite thing to be spending my time on now, but you know, since I'm the only one actually watching, I thought it might not be much of an issue if I would just be spending my time scrolling here. Once I have 10 viewers, I might be a little bit more careful with how I'm spending my time. Okay, it looks like there's nothing here, so I think we're just gonna delete it. I just saw the 4% up move here in lean hogs. Let's check some of the, I think natural gas would be interesting. Cocoa is kind of making a little bit more up move here. Cocoa is getting extremely expensive, huh? That is crazy. Oh my God. Okay, I think I'm gonna have a fresh look at commodities here now that February has kicked in. So I'm just gonna make a note to do a fresh analysis of commodities for longer term investments here in this weekend. So I'm just gonna make a note of that. Okay, so I think that pretty much covered all the markets that I have been trading. And obviously guys, if you're not a subscriber of mine, you can find all my work at youtube.com/TheoMikkelsen or at theobionshare.substack.com. That's where you can subscribe and you can find all of my content. And you can see, if I just do like this, you can see this is kind of what it looks like. And just to give you a little bit of a glimpse into what it is that I do, this is a founders only journal. And if anyone's going to be watching this video here in the future, I think in the next video I might just do it like that, because this is a nice way to sort of just advertise a little bit. So I do these arrow predictions, right? So that's what this video is. It's a little recap / fresh arrow predictions for everything, right? So you can see now we have some fresh arrows. It just sort of predicts a little bit for free for everyone, sort of what I'm expecting. Here I had a analysis of some mistakes I made, but let's just click on this and you can see that this is kind of, so if you look at my mouse here, you can see this is a 51-minute video, and if you just look at everything, you can see I have drawings and everything, so I'm just not gonna spoil too much. You might have to pause and look at that, but if I just like pause it for a second here, just go back to as far back as I can, like here, and then I just pause it. Okay, like that. You can see, if you look at the little bar down there, you can see I have a lot of drawings. I use a lot of different tools. You can see I have a lot of stuff on my charts when I'm actually looking at it. And for those who are founders on my blog, they will see all of these tools that I use to make trading decisions. And you can also see that right now, where I've highlighted right now, you will be able to see that I have been sharing trades on Substack live while I was recording that video. And if I just sort of go back here, we can take this video here and just see if we can find a little point where there's a break. Maybe we can just do like scroll ahead to, oh, that was a 25-minute video. Let's see. This is a 27-minute video. This is a 1.5 hour long video. That's kind of my taste now. Okay, so I just pause like that, and so I start speaking, and you can see that here I have a lot of stuff, different kinds of charts going, share a lot of tools. Right now, you can see here at 1540, that's you can see different kinds of histograms. Those are paid subscription data sets that I use to find out specific tendencies in the market intraday. And you can see I take a lot of notes, I make a lot of drawings, I have a lot of indicators and different charts. And I'm sort of talking the whole way through here for 1.5 hours. I'm going through very in-depth all the markets. I'm going through every time frame, making notes, I'm writing things down. And this is like to sort of following along with my journals and everything like that. But of course, if you're just interested in my trade entries as they happen live, kind of like, you know, a paper trade signal service, if you want to call it that, then I do just have a paid subscription service for that. So that's kind of how that works. So I do not believe that we have any questions. So I think I'm gonna finish the recording like that. And then next time I will be restructuring a little bit on how I do things there. All right. So thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.